Let's see if this works. Okay, take two. Take two. Hopefully this works and everyone can see me and this is not too jerky. Cool. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Sorry about that. The computer I was trying to use does not live stream because it's too weak. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. I think the audio level is good. So we are going to get started. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so what we are going to do today is just kind of an overview on the live, Rise that I did the tutorial series for. And what I want to do is kind of give you an idea of how I learned the song to perform in the music video and how you can use the tutorials to learn the song for yourself and for other later, whatever, yeah, anything else, other songs that you want to use, you can learn and use this technique as well. So the first thing that I do is when I'm going to be learning a song. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, everything looks good. Double check. All right, we're good. Cool. Okay, so the first thing that I do when I learn a song is I, of course, learn it by getting the tablatures. So I write everything down. And sometimes you can find tablatures online that will help you out. And in this case, there were tablatures for the first part of the song and nothing for whatever happened after that. So I had to, I had to come and make my own tablatures for the whole rest of the song. And what I want to do is I want to see if I can share the video with other people. Does that work? How do you get the link so you can share? No. The video with other people. Stream settings? Total noob at this. Holy cow. Stream is healthy. Okay. That's really annoying. I can probably copy it from the actual page. I'll do that later. Okay. Yeah, so I'll do that later. Okay, so going through how I do it. So the way that I go about actually learning the song is I have to go on to the video, like downloading the video is an option when I want to transpose it because the rise is actually half step down and I wanted to transpose it into concert tuning so I could do the transcription easier. So yeah, so I had to download it. And then after that, and you can transpose it in either using VLC player or MPV player. And after that, I do the transcription by slowing the video down and watching the left hand. And then if I didn't get that, I watch what the right hand is doing. And in this case, the video for Rise is very clear, so you can see what both hands are doing. And most of the time, it's good. Like, what I want to do is follow exactly what Sung Ha-jung is doing, follow his exact fingering and everything. I want to make sure that it's like as close to accurate as I can get. So I have to watch it mostly several times and then watch it over and over again. So, no, not enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Let me know if the stream is like very, very jerky. We'll have a look. I'll probably have to like lower the resolution or something. But it seems to look okay. Let's see. Stream health. Error. Poor. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it's stuttering sometimes. Whatever. No big deal. We'll deal with that later. Okay, so this is what the transcription looked like when it's pretty much all done. And then sometimes I have to add in extra bits. I think this is probably like the second one that I printed off. So sometimes I pencil in. Most of the time it's extra notes or wrong notes that I have to pencil in. But otherwise, most of the time it works pretty well. But anyway, so that's what I do. I go through and I listen very, very slowly what the whole song is. And then I pencil in corrections when I need to pencil them in. And you will find that if you want to be 100% accurate, you can start off with tabs that's like, say, on Songster or something, but you'll have to go through every single measure. You don't really assume anything is perfect because it's rare that everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. You have to go through it, and I like to print it off and pencil it right in by hand, but it's really totally up to you how you want to do it. Okay, so once that's done, you have to actually listen to the song and identify the different sections if you want to be able to practice it properly. You really need to practice the different sections, like, you know, to know the difference between what the sections are. So let's do that now. So you're obviously going to know what the introduction is. So obviously you know this part. All of that. So all of that's the introduction part. And then once you've got that down, then after that, you need to identify what the different sections are. So like, you know that this part, once you get to here, this is the, this, all of that, that's the chorus and stuff like that. And then you identify what it is, and this is the outro. All of that's the outro. So you really identify what those different sections are, and you pencil that in your tabs. And then once you've got that, and like you've listened to the song over and over again, and you've identified the sections, then after that you can start practicing what the song is. And what I like to do is I start at the end of the song, and I go from the end all the way to the beginning. Because what I want to delay doing is I want to delay having this as much as possible. I don't want to have a run through the song, start from the beginning and then go all the way to the end, because if I go through the beginning and then always start at the same spot, then I kind of get stuck in that I've practiced the same section over and over and over again. And so it's frustrating because you'll end up having like the beginning, the intro is going to be perfect, and then the outro, where it has a whole bunch of really difficult spots, are going to be impossible for you to play and super tough. So you want to, like, that's my method, is to really start at the end of the song and then go forwards into the song. The other thing is, like, you can, in this song you'll hear those licks, and if you're not used to playing those, you can do a session, like a practice session, where you exclusively focus on the licks. The first lick that you see is like where these ones happen. This one is in the, after we go here. And then this. This part is in the verse. And then you want to practice that lick over and over again and play that fluently. And so if you want to start off with, if you really, really want to start off with practicing all those licks, you go through and you identify each of those licks. That's another one that's also in the verse. And so that's it. But what I would suggest doing is, again, starting from the end of the song. So you would start by practicing this outro bit. So practicing the outro. Oh yeah. Practice this outro part. And then after that, this part. And then this. I kind of suck doing the picking. with my fingernail. My fingernail's not long enough to do that, so I do show an alternative in the tutorial of what you can do for this picking part. So you do that, so you practice that over and over again. Now, the problem that I ran into was like, after doing this, you have to immediately jump into the second section. So it might be worth practicing also not only the individual sections, but linking the sections together. I ran into some problems doing that, the linkage part. Okay, so those are the sections that I practiced first. Was very much the outro and also the like the 2 bits that were in the outro and those licks, those solos that were in it, those licks. Let me know if you guys can hear everything, if everything's good. I hope it's not too choppy. I think it's okay because it's saying that it's excellent connection. So hopefully they resolve those issues. Okay, so that was the outro. Then after that, once you've done the outro, what's the other part that we can do? What comes before the outro? This is kind of useful to have the tabs because you can kind of see the whole song. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's the guitar solo. So the guitar solo, I didn't practice that. And then this. It was kind of frustrating for me. Because it's a section, it's just like show-off parts with this. And it took me a while to just nail that. So I didn't focus that as a section per se. I kind of did it when I wanted to, like, as a warm-up, I guess. Play these licks super slow. And then this harmonic part super slow. I played all of those very slowly, and then I kind of moved on to a different, more musical section because I just found that the solo part was, it's a little discouraging when you're playing a lick that's supposed to be super fast, and you're playing it like at micro speed. I mean, you have to do it to learn it, right? You have to get started somewhere, but I mean, that's what I found. I just didn't, I wasn't super inspired to practice that part. These things happen. Okay, then the other part was the verse. Like, you'll run into verses that are a little bit different. Like this part. Like I said, that licks that are in the verse, which are slightly different. And then... Okay, so there's a bunch of parts in here that are difficult to practice in this verse part. And what I still would have trouble is with this part where you have to slide. So you find when you run through the sections there, when you're just going through them for the first time, you'll find these parts that you'll have to spend extra time on, like this. Ugh. Where you need super precision with your slides. Again, that's just for my case. In your case, you might have a different spot that you find that's you need more work on. Either it's like maybe you need work on the harmonics or you need work on the right hands. But for me, it was this. I still like fake it half the time, right? I don't know why I run into so much problem with that section. Anyways, so that was the part in the verse that I needed to really spend a lot of time on. So this was verse number 3, but obviously verse number 4 is the same as the other verses. So you can practice that part of the verse, the beginning part, and the little licks and stuff like that. Okay, so with that part, when you're practicing the verse, I didn't want to spend too much time on that because I wanted to practice the chorus sections. Chorus is this. Yeah, I guess it's strumming. And then this part. Oh, we were here, so yeah, the palm muting. Okay, so I wanted to practice those chorus sections where you have... And I did find they were too difficult. They were kind of fun to play. They're kind of musical sounding. Except, of course, the part where you have to slide, which I talked about before. So... I got into practicing that part, and after that I got into practicing the other chorus, which is this. And then this. So as you can see, for me, like there's some parts where I finish doing this, and then I hesitate before getting to these harmonics. Okay, so that's a part for me that I need to practice when I'm and then after that I need to go get these harmonics here. Okay, so jumping back into the chorus was okay, but it was getting to the harmonics here. So I need to practice just being used to doing these harmonics and then linking up with whatever happens before that. So yeah, so that part. And then once I get used to that switch, then it'll become more smooth. I won't have that block where I'm thinking, okay, what happens next? Oh yeah, harmonics. Those little hesitations between the parts are really things that you need to work through. Okay, so then after that, this part is a little bit difficult because you want to make sure everything rings out and sounds properly. Yeah, so it's when there's patterns like this where it's a chord shape that slides up, you can practice that. These are diminished chords, so they're easy for me because I know about them, but you might have to practice that. You'll have to practice moving up before you add anything that's with the right hand. You have to nail this left hand part. Okay, so after that, ending the parts here, you'll have to figure out exactly, like I'm pretty sure what I teach in the tutorial is how that section ends, but I wouldn't say I'm 100% sure about it. Once you've learned all of the different sections, like the chorus part and stuff like that, then after that I would consider learning the introduction or the verse. The verse obviously being this being the verse. Now, after that, you can learn the introduction. And after that, you've pretty much learned the whole song. Now, if you've been following along, I forgot a section, which is the interlude part, which has this part. And this lick for me really sucked. Like, it was hard for me to get into just like being able to arpeggiate. It took me a while to figure this out. Arpeggiating across the strings and then being able to play this was pretty tough. So it was kind of annoying. I had to practice that over and over a couple of times. And that was a part in that section that gave me some difficulty. And also this part here was also a lick that took me a while to master, and I didn't realize because these licks are found in the middle of the song. It was another problem that I had, that I left them behind and I kind of omitted to play them. So that's the interlude, that's and that's this, and then there, I got it there. So sliding and then plucking those individual ones. Yeah, and then this. Here's another variation that you need to know. And then this lick is difficult. That was another lick that I had to practice here. And I would say I kind of neglected that whole section. Unfortunately, I really should have actually practiced those licks in that section before I had gone on and learned other parts of the song. So that's the section. Now, once you've learned all of those individual sections, it's a little bit dangerous at this point, especially for me, because I find that once I've finished learning those sections, then after that, I kind of just move on and start doing run-throughs at that point. And it's, for me, I think that's like the one thing that you really want to avoid doing, is doing too many run-throughs when you're at this stage where you've practiced each of the individual sections, so you feel that you've got like a hang of it. Okay, like you know the chorus part, you know the different licks, like you've got the hang of it, and now let's just plow through the whole song and go through it. So one of the techniques that I think I should probably do more often, and you can try it, is maybe do a run through of the song, film yourself playing it, and then watch the video of you playing it, and then write down the different like sections that you messed up on. And then after that, you'll have a list of the sections that you need to practice. Like maybe you say, okay, that lick in the outro is wrong. Or for me, because I practice everything in blocks, like I practice this block here where there's oh, it's the wrong page, whatever. Yeah, here where there's a lick here, I'll practice this section, and then I'll have trouble linking the two sections together. So practice, maybe you need to practice linking sections together, something like that. I don't know, it's an example. So it's something that I find that I kind of fall into that trap where I'll start playing stuff from the beginning again. I really need to remind myself that there are sections in the song that I really need to practice, and I can't just keep doing run-throughs. It's problematic. So I hope this helps you learn Rise, and it's a fun song to learn. If you don't have the tabs, then just make sure that you're 100% certain of each individual sections of the song. Start learning from the end towards the beginning, so watch my part 4 video before you go back to the part 1 video. And let me know how the stream was for those who are still viewing. If it was okay or choppy, I'll try to review it later and see how this went. And then I'll try to schedule streams next time so I know what they're I know when the section is when I'm going to schedule them, and hopefully that will be better for people who want to connect and watch at the same time. Okay, cool. We'll finish up there. So that's it. Have fun learning the song. I will be back with a tutorial at a later date, but it probably won't be till next month because I have something coming up where I have to be working full-time again for next 3 weeks. So I won't be able to do too many tutorials, unfortunately, at that time, but I'll start learning the new suggestion that's suggested. I'll start learning that, and then should have some more fun material for another tutorial coming up. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you in the next live stream, in the next video, and have a great rest of your day.